Hello, brilliant students. You're welcome to class today. Okay. Now we want to continue from where we stopped the last time on mensuration. So I want to believe you guys have an awesome class. Okay, in the last class. Okay. So today we are going to be looking at some questions here under mensuration. We look at some question under triangle. Okay. So and then we move down to trapezium. Okay, so the last time I think I gave us a particular question to try. This question I also to try this question. So I don't know if anybody have an answer. You can drop your answer in the comment section. Let me see what you have. So before we commence the class, don't forget to invite your friends. Let them know the class has started, and don't forget what you are supposed to do. Please make sure you give a thumb to the class. All right, tap the like button, and if you are new on this channel, please don't forget to click on the subscription button. Okay, so let's see. Once you are joining the class, I want you to say hi so that we know the number of people that are in the class. Say hi to everyone. Yes, before we commence the class. Okay. All right, thank you very much. So can we start with this first question? Okay, I think I solved this question in the last class. So, but some people said they don't really understand how I arrived at the answer. So I need to go through it again before we move down to what we're supposed to do for today. Okay, now let's look at this question. Now, the question says the side of a triangle are x plus 2 centimeter, 2x plus 1 centimeter, and 3x minus 5 centimeter. If the perimeter is 36, find x. Now, it's a very simple question. Now, don't forget, when I was explaining what perimeter is all about to you, I said perimeter of any plane shape is just the boundary, the length of the boundary of that plane shape. All right, so now we are talking about triangle here. So triangles looks like this. A triangle looks like this. And we have three sides. We have side A, side B, and side C. So the perimeter of this triangle is the addition of the three sides together. And in this question, we have been told that the side A is x plus 2, side B is 2x plus 1, and side C is 3x minus 5. So now to find the perimeter, we need to add all these sides together and equate it to 36. So we have perimeter equals to A plus B plus C. Now the perimeter is 36. We plug in 36 equals to what is A? A is x plus 2. What is B? B is 2x plus 1. And your C is 3x minus 5. Okay? So now let's tidy up the right hand side. Now let's add the x together. This is 1x plus 2x. That becomes what? 3x. Now 3x plus another 3x, that is 6x. We have 6x. Let's add this number together. We have a 2 and a 1. That's 3. Now 3 minus 5. That gives you minus 2. Okay, so here, now let's transpose negative 2. So we have 36 minus 2, that will be plus 2 equals to 6x. All right, so once you transpose, the sign changes. So, and that gives you what? 34 equals to 6x. I hope we all understand that. All right, so from here, we can divide both sides by 6. So we have 34 over 6 equals to x. So x, now let's try and simplify this. Now, 2 goes here, that's 14. And 2 goes here is what? Is 3. All right, so that means x is 17 over 3. All right, so you can simplify this one further. So that gives you x equals to, now how many 3 are you going to see in 17? That's 5. So we have 5, remainder 2 over 3 in centimeter. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the answer to this problem. All right. I want to believe you all understand. So I wanted to drop your impression about the solution to this problem before we move to the next thing. So I want to be sure every one of us understand the solution to this problem. All right. So drop a comment about this question before we move to the next thing. All right. Let me look at what we have here. All right, okay, you guys are welcome. I think I can see Dominion. I have Toyosi, you're welcome to class. All right. So, what do we have? Okay, I think some of you are pointing my attention to a mistake here. Okay, all right. So I think what we have here now is plus. So this is supposed to be 38. Okay, thank you for that. So that's a mistake. All right. So thank you. So that means this is 38. So I can see that. So you divide both sides by 6. So all right. So it means you are following the class. So we have that. So we can now divide. Let's simplify now. All right. So now 2 goes here is 3. 2 goes here is what? That's 19, right? Okay. So, and then we now have x equals to 19 over 3. Okay, will this now be correct? All right. So now once you add this together, you have 28. You divide both sides by 6. Now 2 goes in 6 is 3, and 2 goes in 38, we have 19. So we have this. I hope that is okay now. All right. So now, can we now move down to something else? And let's move down to something else. Okay, example 2. The base of a triangle is 2x plus 1 centimeter, and the height is x minus 2 centimeter. Now, from figure 1, if the area is 21 centimeters square, find x. And the second one, if the other sides are x plus 3 and x plus 5, find the perimeter. Okay, now can we see this question? Now the base of a triangle is 2x plus 1 centimeter, and the height is x minus 2 in centimeter. You have to find, okay, if the area is 21 centimeter, you have to find x. All right, if the other sides are x plus 3 and x plus 5, you have to find the perimeter. Okay, so I want to believe we understand the concept of this question. So now let us go ahead and solve the problem. Now, before we solve the problem, if you have not tapped the like button, please make sure you do that. And if you are new on this channel, ensure you subscribe to this channel. All right, thank you for doing that. Okay, so we have a triangle that looks like this. Okay, That's the height. Now the height has been given. Okay, we have the height to be x minus 2. Okay, that's the height. And the base is given as 2x plus 1 in centimeter. You have to find x if the area is 21. So all I just need to write is the formula for finding area of a triangle. So you know the formula. So what's the formula? We have area of triangle equals to half base times height. You get that? So now let us plug in all these parameters. So we have area to be 21. So we have 21 equals to 1 over 2 times. Now what is the base? Now the base is 2x plus 1. We have 2x plus 1 times the height is x minus 2. Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to do here is I will clear this fraction half. So I multiply through by 2. So if I multiply this by 2, I have 42. And when you multiply half by 2, you have 1. So that gives us 2x plus 1 times x minus 2. All right? I hope you understand that. So now what's the next thing? The next thing is to find a way of expanding this. So let's expand. We have 42 equals to, now this 2x multiplies this and also multiplies this. All right? So 2x times x, we have 2x squared. 2x times 2, we have negative 4x. Now again, this one multiplies x and also multiplies negative 2. Okay, can we do that now? 1 times x, we have plus x. And 1 times negative 2, we have negative 2. All right, I hope we all understand that. All right, so now let's try and tidy up what we have here. We have 2x squared. Now look at this and this. And this gives you negative 3x. Negative 4x plus 1x gives you negative 3x. So we have negative 2. All right, now let us transpose 42. So 42 comes here, becomes negative 42. So we have 2x squared, negative 3x, negative 2, negative 42 equals 0. Okay, so now we have 2x squared, negative 3x, negative 44 equals 0. All right, can you see the equation now? So now the next thing is to find a way of solving this quadratic equation. All right, so how do we solve this? Now you look for the sum and products. Okay, we have learned how to find the sum and product of a quadratic equation. So the sum is the coefficient of f, that's negative 3, and the product is the multiplication of these two and negative 44, and that gives you negative 88, right? All right, so now since you know the product is negative 88 and the sum is negative 3. So you need two numbers such that when you multiply together you have negative 88. When you add together you have negative 3. So what are the two numbers? All right, so you begin to think of the two numbers that you are going to multiply together. So now what if you say negative 11 and positive 8? Now look at this. When you multiply this and this together, you have negative 88. And when you add this and this together, you have negative 3. Okay, so don't forget, anytime I want to get the two numbers, I begin to think of factors of the products. All right, you can see negative 11 is factors, or is a factor of negative 88. 8 is also factor of negative 88. Okay, so now this equation now turns to 2x squared. So we are going to incorporate these two numbers now. So we just put x. So we have negative 11x plus 8x. And that has replaced our negative 3x. All right, so that means we are writing negative 3x in another form, which is what we have here. Negative 44 equals to 0. All right, so what's the next thing? Let's look at the first pair. Now you look for the GCD, the greatest common divisor. What is the greatest common divisor of these two terms? So that is x. X is the common divisor. So, and then when you divide 2x squared by x, you have 2x minus 11 when you divide negative 11x by x. All right, now when you look at this, what is the greatest common divisor? Here you have plus 4, because 4 can go here, 4 can also go here, is the greatest. So now we have, now when you divide this one by 4, you have 2x. When you divide negative 44 by 4, you have negative 11. That is equal to 0. So then you can go ahead and factor out 2x minus 11. So you have 2x minus 11, and you bring this one out, x plus 4 equals to 0. So we now have two entities multiplying each other to have 0. So it's either 2x minus 1 is 11 equals to 0, or 4 plus x plus 4 equals to 0. Sorry. So, and from here, now you have 2x equals to 11, or x equals to negative 4. So we have x equals to 11 over 2, or x equals to negative 4. All right. Now don't forget, your x cannot be negative. It can't be negative because we are talking about distance. So, and distance is not measured in negative. All right. It's always in positive. So that means the value of x is 11 over 2. So that answers the first part of the question. Now let's look at the second part. Now the question says, now if the other sides are x plus 3 and x plus 5, now you have to find the perimeter. You know, whenever you want to find the perimeter, you add the 3 sides together. Okay, just like what we did earlier. Don't forget, what is the base? The third side is what? This is the third side. The third side has been given. So I can go ahead now and find the perimeter. Now the perimeter equals to A plus B plus C, the 3 sides of a triangle. So now perimeter equals to A. Now the fourth side is x plus 3. Okay, plus the second side, we have x plus 5, plus the third side, which is the base, that is 2x plus 1. Okay, so now we have the perimeter to be equal to, now let's add the x together. So when you add this and this and this, you have 4x. Okay, now let's add this and this and this together, that's 9. So 3 plus 5 plus 1, that's 9. So don't forget now that x is 11 over 2 and not negative 4. So let's plug in the value. So we have p equals to 4 open bracket 11 over 2 plus 9. 11 over 2 plus 9. So now 2 cancel 2 here. So we have 2. So we have p equals to, now 2 times 11, that's 22. 22 plus 9. So therefore, the perimeter equals to what? 31 centimeter. Perimeter is 21 centimeter. I want to believe you guys got the explanation to that. So yes, before we move down to the next question, is there anyone that have a comment based on what we have done? All right. All right. Any issue with what we have just done? All right, can we move down to the next question, since every one of us understand the solution to that problem. So let's move down to the next one. Okay. All right. Example 3. A trapezium has parallel sides 10 centimeter and 6 centimeter, and height 8 centimeter. Find its area. Find its area. Now let's look at this question. Now we need to understand the formula for calculating area of a trapezium. We must also understand the properties of a trapezium. So I need you to listen to me. Now, trapezium looks like this. The most important thing we need to take note of in a trapezium is we must have a pair of parallel lines. A pair of parallel lines. So if you don't have a pair of parallel lines, then even if it looks like this, it's not a trapezium. Now, the way this thing is written now, it's not a trapezium until I say this side is parallel to this side. So that makes it to be a trapezium. So that is one of the properties of a trapezium. Okay. So, and of course now, there's always a distance, a uniform distance between the two parallel lines. So, which we usually represent with h. It's represented with h, all right? So, and that line now is perpendicular to the side of the trapezium. So now, if this side is A, that is from here to this side is, and from here to the end here is B, then area of trapezium equals to half times the sum of the two sides, two parallel sides, times the height, or we say the distance between the two parallel sides. So this is the formula you need to take note. So I want you to write this one in your jotter. So this is the formula for finding area of a trapezium. So now let us start with this simple question. Now the question asks you to find the perimeter or the area, the area of the trapezium. So we are given sides, the two parallel sides. We have side A to be 10 centimeter, side B is 8 centimeter, the height H is now, okay, now the second side is 6 centimeter and the height is 8 centimeter. Okay, so that's what we have. So now you have to find the area. So area equals to half A plus B times H. All right, so area now will be equals to 1 over 2 times A is 10 plus B is 6 times the height. The height is 8. Okay. Now let us add what we have in the brackets together. So when you add together, what do you have? You have 16. So that's 1 over 2 times 16 times 8. All right. So 2 goes there 1, 2 goes there 8. So we have 8 times 8. And that's what? 64 centimeter square. So that is the area of the trapezium. So I want to believe we all understand that. So all we just need to understand is the formula for calculating area of a trapezium. Now let us move further. Let's take this one. Let's take this. Example 4. In a trapezium, the parallel sides are 12 centimeter and 18 centimeter. The area is 150 centimeter square. Okay. Find the height. All right, now let's look at the next question. In a trapezium, the parallel sides are 12 centimeter and 18 centimeter. The area is 150 centimeter square. Find the height. I want to believe you should be able to do this. Now, I'm going to give you 1 minute now to quickly attend to this question before we solve it together. So now, can anyone give me the height of this trapezium? Anyone? So once you have your answer, you drop that in the comment section. Okay. So what is the height? It's a very simple question. So I'm waiting for Toyosi's answer. Adioye answers. I think I can also see yeah, Olori Esther. Okay, I can see who else? I can see Abbas, I can see Kislin and others. Okay, so Ajayi, Amidat. Okay, I can see you. Okay. Yes. What is the height? All right. Okay, Adioye said, okay, the height is 15. 15 what? Is it 15 meters or 15 kilometers or what? Always remember to put the units. So let's be sure of what they're talking about. Okay, I think I can see Adenike's answer, 15 centimeter. All right. Yes, any other person? Okay, I think we should be able to solve this within a minute. All right, so now let's look at the question together. So what I need to know is the formula for finding area of a trapezium. Once I know that, I don't have any issue. Now let's look at the question. In a trapezium, the parallel sides are 12 centimeter and 18 centimeter. So you are given two sides. So let's say side A is 12 centimeter and side B is 18 centimeter. All right, and the area has been given to be equals to 150 centimeter square. So since I have all this, I just need to write the formula for finding area of a trapezium to be 1 over 2 A plus B times height. So what I need to get is the height here. So let's plug in all these parameters and see. So we have 150 equals to 1 over 2. Now A is what? 12. We have 12 plus B is 18. Can you see that? We have 18. Height is unknown, and that's what I'm looking for. Now here, to do this, the first thing is to clear the fraction. Let me clear this fraction. So I'll just multiply through the LCM of the denominator. That's 2. So you multiply this by 2, this by 2. So when you multiply 150 by 2, what do you have? You have 300. So when you multiply this by 2, 2 will cancel 2. Okay? So, and you have what? 1. So that means what I have here now is going to be 12 plus 18-ish. All right. So now let me add what we have in the bracket together. So what is that? That gives me 30. So I have 300 equals to 30-ish. So you divide both sides by 30. So we have 30, 300 over 30 equals to 30-ish over 30. Okay. So now this cancels this. This one, I said 30 goes here. 30 goes in 300, we have 10. And 30 goes in 30, we have 1. So therefore, H equals to 10 centimeter. So and that's going to be the answer. So I want to believe you all get that now. Okay. So the height is 10 centimeter. Yes. Now can we look at another question? All right, now before I solve this question, I want you to make an attempt. So this time around, I need good number of you that will get the answer before I solve. Okay. Example 5. Example 5. In a trapezium, AB is parallel to DC, where AB equals to 8 centimeter and DC equals to 12 centimeter. Diagonal intersects at E. Find Roman numeral 1. Okay, yes. Now, this is another interesting question. So before I solve this question, yes, do we have anyone that can do this just within a minute before we solve the problem together? Yes, once you solve and you have an answer, drop your answer in the comment section. So just read it between lines and try. So don't give up. Okay, so let's see, what do we have for that? Okay, King Glary, thank you very much. Okay, you're also welcome. Musarraf Abbas, you're welcome to class. So what do you see to that question? Yes, am I seeing rescuts? Okay, I think, okay, rescuts. Yes. What do you see to that question? In the trapezium, AB is parallel to DC, where AB equals to 8 centimeter and the DC is 12 centimeter. Okay, thank you, Toyosi. All right, you're welcome. So, and this equals to 12 centimeter. Diagonals intersect at E. You know, we have two diagonals there, intersect at E. So the question now asks you to find Roman numeral 1, the ratio of length AE to length EC, and the ratio of the area AEB to CED. So that's the question. Anybody? Okay. All right, so now let's look at the problem together. So if you're on the way to the answer that I'm about getting now, so let me know in the comment section. All right. Now to solve this problem, I must sketch the diagram. I have to sketch the diagram of what I want to draw. So I have to sketch the diagram now. So because I'm talking about a trapezium now. So let's look at the trapezium. It looks like this. So, and I told you earlier that for any given trapezium, there must always be two parallel lines. So these are the two parallel lines. It has been given in the question. We have AB, line AB, and line DC. Okay, they are parallel to each other according to the question. And we are told that AB is 8 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. While DC is 12 centimeter. Now we have two diagonals that intersect at E. So let's see. Now a diagonal goes like this, another one this way. So this is the point E. All right, now the question now is you have to find the ratio of length AE to length EC. Now, I'm going to be using principle of similar triangles. So I have to look at corresponding side and corresponding angle. Now let's look at this. Don't forget that if you have two parallel lines and you have a transversal, now the angle here is alternate to this angle here. So if this place is A, this one too is going to be A. I hope you remember that. And we also know that the angle here is also the same thing as the angle here. They are vertically opposite. This angle here is equals to this, vertically opposite. And the angle here is corresponding to this angle here. So that means this place is also what? B. This is B. This corresponds to this. This angle is alternate to this. But we are just interested in the alternate angle. All right, so now let's look at this. Since we have parallel lines now, so what it means is that the angle here, angle A, is alternate to this angle C. Can you see that? You can see something like Z here. So this angle is the same thing as this angle here. The same thing also applies to this. The angle here is the same thing as this. So this angle here, let's use double stroke, is also the same thing as this. You get that? Now, this angle here at the top here, angle here, angle here, is the same thing as this. All right? vertically opposite angles. So whenever you have two straight lines now crossing each other, this angle is vertically opposite to this angle. So if this is A, this one too is going to be A. All right, so that means we have similar triangles. We have similar triangles. This angle, now look at this triangle. Let's look at the similar triangles that we have here. We have angle AEB. Okay, AEB. Triangle AEB is similar to, now look at this, triangle CED. Triangle CED. All right, so these two triangles are similar to each other. All right, we can see that angle to angle. All right, so now the implication of that is the ratio of these sides, because this side is also correspond to this side. Because since this angle corresponds to this angle, this to this, so this angle here and this side here, sorry, the side AB and side DC corresponds to each other. The same thing, we have side AE corresponds to side CE. Do you understand now? From an angle with one stroke to E, and from another angle from one stroke to E. So that means the side will correspond to each other. And that is what we actually want to get now. So we now say the ratio of the side, that is AE, is AE to that of EA, or EC, sorry, will be equals to, now look at the side now. So we have AB will be equals to DC. I hope you understand that. So that means that this side AE to EC will be equals to AB is 8. That's going to be 8 over 12. You can simplify that. That is 2 over 3. So 4 goes here is 2. 4 goes here is 3. So this is the answer to the first part of the question. All right. So now this side over this is equals to this side AB over side DC. So that is the ratio. Okay. So now let us now look at the next one. Now the question asks you to find the ratio of area of the triangle. This triangle that we have here. What is the ratio of the area? So that is simple. So what we just need to do here is this. So ratio of area of triangle AEB to that of CED will be equal to, you just square this. So we have 2 squared to that of 3 squared. And that gives you 4 to 9. So this is the answer. So this is going to be the ratio of the area. You know, don't forget now, this triangle are similar to each other. We have that here. Okay, so, and since they are similar, so you can connect the ratio of the side to that of the area. So if you want to find ratio of area, just square ratio of the side, okay, of any side. So, and that is what we have just done. So that is how to get the answer. So yes, now do we understand this question? So I want you to drop your comments, your impression about this question. So I want to agree with myself that every one of us understands. So if it is not true, let me have your comment in the comment section. Okay. So do we all agree with that? All right. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any other person that want to confirm that? So, because we are moving down to another question this time around. Okay. Funke Adepoju, I can see you. Are welcome to class. I think I'm just seeing you for the first time. You are just joining the class. Yeah. Okay, Scott. Yeah, I can see your response. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at another question. Let's move on. Example 6. We are looking at example 6 now. Example 6. A trapezium has area 96 centimeters square. A diagonal divides it into Okay, now let's look at this question. A trapezium has area 96 centimeters square. A diagonal divides it into two triangles. Find the area of the triangles. We want to get the area of the triangles. If the parallel sides are 6 centimeters and 0.1 meters. Okay, so can we try that question? Probably maybe in 1 minute or thereabout. Let's see what we can do. So let us try this. It's similar to what we just did now. So a trapezium have an area of this. We have been given the area. There's a diagonal that divides the trapezium into two triangles. So the question now is we have to find the area of the triangle. So that's what we want to do now. So how do we go about it? So quickly try that and let me have your answer in the comment section. So as you are doing that, if you have not tapped the like button, ensure you do that. And if you are new on this channel and you love what we are doing here, so don't forget to click on the subscription button. Thank you. All right, so once you have your answer, you can drop that in the comment section so that we see what you have. Yes, I'm waiting for Mutiat's answer. Adebayo, I'm waiting for Sharaf's answer. And Riscott, I'm waiting for your answer. And others. Okay, I just need you to try and let's see what you can do. It's also a very simple question that you can do within a minute or thereabout. Okay, so just understand the concept of this type of question. So I can see someone asking, is it for SS1, SS2? Let me tell you one thing. If you are in SS3, this class is meant for you because these are basic questions. They are WAEC questions. So you just observe that even many students in SS3 cannot even solve problems like this. You understand now? So all these things are past questions, WAEC past questions. So you must learn how to solve this. So don't say, is it SS1, is it SS2, SS3? So it's meant for all the classes, all right? So everyone is expected to master mensuration, okay? So that is the reason why the questions that we are looking here, they are standard questions, okay? So now let us look at this question. Now, a trapezium has area of 96 centimeters square. A diagonal divides it into two triangles. Now, find the area of the triangles if the parallel sides are 6 centimeters and 0.1 meters. Now, the first thing I need to do now is to draw the diagram. Let me draw the diagram and let's see what it looks like. Okay, trapezium looks like this. For a trapezium, I said something earlier, there must be parallel lines, a pair of parallel lines. So we have this. All right, so the sides have been given. One is 6 centimeters and the other is 0.1 meters. Sorry. Okay, it's a meter. So we have to be careful with the units. You can see there's no consistency in the units. This is centimeter, this is meters. And look at the area. Area is given in centimeters square. So now there's a need for us now to convert 0.1 meters to centimeters. So what will that one give us? So now to do that, how many centimeter make a meter? 100 centimeter make 1 meter. So that means that 0.1 meters is going to be 0.1 times 100. So that is going to be in centimeter. So once we are converting meters to centimeter, you multiply by 100. So when you multiply this by 100, so that gives you 10 centimeter. So that means we have this to be 10 centimeters. I hope you understand that. So it's very, very important. Don't just go ahead and start using the value given. Make sure that the units are the same thing. Okay, good. So we have a diagonal. Now the diagonal is like this. Dividing this trapezium into two triangles. All right. So the diagonal divides it into two triangles. Now we have to find the area of the triangles. Now the first thing I'm going to do is let me get the ratio of the sides. The ratio of the sides. Now let's see. Let's call this A, B, C, and D. So we have AB to that of CD. The ratio of AB to CD is equals to 6/10. All right, and that is the same thing as 3/5. So we can just say now the ratio of the sides, of the parallel sides is 3/5. We have done that before now. So if that is it, now the ratio of the side has a lot to do with the area as well. So now once this is divided, now the area, the triangles are not the same. Okay, we don't even know if they are the same. So the triangles are not the same. So of course now we are going to have different areas. So how do you now get the area now? So now let us find the total ratio. Total ratio of the side equals to 3 plus 5. And that gives us what? 8. Now, so now to get the area of, let's say the smaller one, let's say area of A, B, D, or A, C, D, any of them. So let's get the area of the smaller triangle. So we write area of smaller triangle. Now it's going to be, since this is the ratio, so the smaller triangle is going to have this 3. So we have 3 over 8 times the total area of the trapezium. Okay, it's going to take the fraction of the total area of the trapezium, and that is 96. So we have times 96. I hope you understand that. All right, so now let us now simplify that. Okay, now let's see. 8 goes here is 1, and 8 goes here is 12. So we have area of the smaller triangle will be 3 times 12, and that gives us what? 36 centimeters square. Do you understand that? So, but the question wants us to get the areas of the two triangles. Now, let's get the area of the second triangle. So, it's either we say 5 over 8 times 96, or we just simply take away 36 from 96. So, and that gives us, so we now say area of the bigger triangle now is going to be 96 minus 36. Okay, and that gives us what? That gives us 60 centimeter square. Okay, so this is what you are expected to do. So we have the first area and the second area. So I want to believe you all understand this. So yes, what's your impression about the solution to this problem? So I want you to drop your comments on that before I move on to the next thing. All right. Yes, okay. I think somebody has given the answer before we do that. Okay, that is Musaraft. Okay, Abbas. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, so yes, your impression about the solution. Okay, I think every one of us are good. So that means we can move ahead. To the next thing. So example 7. All right. Yes, this is another interesting question. Now, PQRS is a trapezoid in which length PQ is parallel to SR. Now, and PQ equals to 16 centimeter. QR, length QR is 12 centimeter, length RS is 8 centimeter, and the angle PQR is 30 degrees. So you have to calculate the area of trapezoid PQRS. All right. So yes, can we quickly do this? So let me just give you 1.5 minutes to try this. Let's see those that will give us the answer. Okay. So once you have your answer, you can drop that in the comment section. All right. So while you are doing that, you have not given a thumb to the class, ensure you do that. And if you are new on this channel, you have not subscribed, ensure you do that. Ensure you subscribe. Okay, so that's the question. So once you have your answer, you drop it in the comment section. Thank you. Yes, Funke Adepoju, you are welcome to class. Yes, I've not seen you dropping any answer. So I'll be waiting for you to drop an answer to this. Just make an attempt. I want every one of you to make an attempt. So just read in between lines and try your best. Let's see what you can bring out. Doesn't mean if you don't get the answer, just make an attempt. Okay, so Toyosi, I'm waiting for your answer. Mayo Wow Desoya. Okay, all right. So you're also welcome to class. So I'm going to solve the problem in the next 30 seconds. So make it the area of trapezium PQRS. Anyone with the answer? All right. Because of our time now, let's solve the problem together. Now, to solve this, I know that I'm given a trapezium PQRS, and I'm given that the two parallel sides are 8 centimeter and 16 centimeter. And I'm giving one of the sides that are not parallel to each other to be 12 centimeter. That is length RQ. Now the question wants me to calculate the area of this trapezium. So how do I do that? Now what I need now to solve this problem is what? Look at the formula. The formula is area is half A plus B times height. So what's missing here? What do I need now? I have my A to be 8 centimeter, B 16 centimeter. I need height. So I need the distance between these two parallel lines. So how will I get that? Now see, we just need to do this. Now let's try and construct a line. That line comes down. Okay, it comes down and is perpendicular. It's perpendicular to it's drawn such that it's perpendicular to this length PQ. So that right angle. So now let me call this point, I can call it A. Right. So I need to get this height because that is what I need for this formula. Now, if I consider this triangle now, this is a right angle triangle. So I'll be making use of my trigonometrical ratio. Now, in the question, I've been told that angle PQR is 30. PQR is 30. That is, this angle here is 30 degrees. Can you see that? This is 30 degrees. So since this is 30 degrees, I can consider this triangle. Look at triangle RAQ. Now, it's a right angle triangle. So this is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So now, since I want to get the opposite, which is the height, now you connect your opposite and hypotenuse together. So opposite and hypotenuse. And that is the same thing as your so. You remember, so I'm going to be using trigonometrical function sine. So now that means we have sine 30 equals to opposite, which is h, over hypotenuse, which is 12. So you can cross multiply, we have h equals to 12 sine 30 degrees. Now, do you understand that? Okay, so now what is sine 30 degrees? That's 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. So h will be what? So now 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 6. So what's the answer? So we have 6 centimeters. So the height is 6 centimeters. So I think I'm now good to go now. So I can now go ahead and find the area of the trapezium. So now let's do that. So we have A equals to 1 over 2 times, now A is 8. The second side is 16. Okay. Now times the height. The height is 6. Now we have now 2 cancel 6. So this becomes 3. So when you add this and this together, you have 24 times 3. I hope you understand that. Okay, so and that is going to give us 72 centimeter square. So this is the answer to the problem. And this is the area of this trapezium. So I want to believe every one of us understand the solution to that problem. So I need your opinion or your view about the solution. Yes, is there any reservation, anything? about that? Do we all understand? Okay, thank you, Toyosi. Joseph, yeah, all right. What of Funke Adepoju? Yes. What's your impression about the question we just solved now? So, okay, Motunrayo, all right. Okay, Amida, all right. Thank you. Okay, Riscott, I've been waiting for you to give your response. All right, thank you. I think we have good number of us that understand that. So, yes, we are going to stop here today. So I want to advise you tomorrow, ensure you invite someone. And once you come online like this, make sure you share this video with your friends. Let's have a good number of people on this platform. All right. Just tell somebody that you know is in class, in your class, or probably maybe in your school or outside your school as well. So you can always invite them. Let's have a good number of people on this platform. And also don't forget to view my videos, the ones I've done before. So it's going to be impactful. All right. So thank you very much. Scott, Toyosi, Moturayo, and others. I love you guys. Take good care of yourself. Keep solving at home. Bye-bye.